There are 7 clear steps you need to take to recover from foreclosure. So let's run through them here. Number 1. Complete the foreclosure. Before you do anything else, you have to make sure that the foreclosure is actually complete. That might sound like a step backwards, but it is a necessary precaution. A lot of people assume that foreclosure is over once the bank possesses the house. That is not true. Foreclosure doesn't actually end until the house is resold. Until that happens, you can't be sure that there won't be more things for you to deal with. Number 2. Food and shelter. Once the foreclosure is officially over, your only concern should be to find the food and shelter I just talked about in the last video. I can't emphasize this enough. You can't build a new life without the basics, just like you cannot build a house without the foundation. The next step in the recovery process is increasing your income. There are a lot of ways to do this, and I will talk about them in detail in another video that will be called Closing the Gap. An important thing to remember here is that you shouldn't be spending everything you earn. Start saving some of that money to use as a financial cushion. That would be your safety net if you ever run into financial trouble again later on. Number 4. Do credit damage control. Once you have the ball rolling again by taking care of your basic needs and boosting your income, you can start to look at step 4 of the foreclosure recovery process. This is where you start doing damage control for your credit. Foreclosure hits your credit pretty hard. A foreclosure is going to show up on your credit for 10 years after the fact. What that means is that creditors are going to be quick to raise their rates on you. This is especially true of credit cards. You may also have trouble getting a loan for a new car or other big ticket items for a few years. Having a foreclosure on your credit is not good, but there has been such a huge epidemic of them lately that it is not the nail in the coffin that it used to be. There are a few things that you can do to minimize the damage. One thing that will help you keep the damage at a minimum is to make sure that the rest of your credit history is clean. If the foreclosure is the only bad mark you have, you will recover a lot faster than if you had a wide range of problems. If there are issues on your credit report, that can be fixed. Take care of them quickly. Check your report for inaccuracies too. Another thing you can do is write letters to the big credit reporting bureaus. If you are in the United States, those bureaus are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. If you are in Canada, there are Equifax Canada and TransUnion Canada. Explain to them why the foreclosure happened and tell them why you are still a reasonable credit risk. Number 5. Create a spending record. One of the biggest things that need to happen after foreclosure is that you need to take control of your finances again. The first step to doing that is to create a spending record. A spending record is a snapshot of your expenses. It shows you how much money you are bringing in, how much of it you are spending, and what you are spending it on. It usually takes a couple of months to create an accurate spending record, but once you have it, it's an invaluable resource. Number 6. Create a spending plan. Along with the spending record, another tool that will be hugely helpful to regaining control of your finances is a spending plan, whereas a spending record shows you the state of your finances. A spending plan shows you how to manage your money in a way that maximizes his potential. I will show you how to make a spending plan in upcoming videos. Number 7. Simplify your life. The last step in the foreclosure recovery is to simplify your life. We live in a consumer-based culture. Everywhere we turn, vendors are urging you to buy things. We buy them with the expectations that they are going to make us happier. The reality is, the happiness we get from material things is short-lived. When it wears off, we have to go out and buy something else to replace that satisfaction. Before we know it, we are playing into a circle that undermines our finances without bringing any lasting satisfaction to our lives. The fact is that true happiness doesn't come from money. It comes from adding value to other people's life. You can add value to the lives of others in ways that will not cost you much of anything. Call your parents or your children to see how they are doing. Make dinner for your boyfriend or your girlfriend. In the first place, you feel good about yourself for making the gesture. Then, not only do you bring joy to the lives of those who are closest to you, but that same joy comes back around to benefit you in the end. Conclusion. The thing to remember about foreclosure is this. When the good is gone, you can build the great. Set your goals high and use that situation you are in as motivation to get what you have always wanted. You are going to come back better than you were before, and in the long run, what feels like a curse now could well end up being a huge blessing. You can create the life you have always dreamed about. Make it happen for you. Good luck.